Hi, welcome to DataQ Technology Tech Talks. My name is Marten Tsai, Sales Application Engineer at DataQ Technology. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to retrieve charger data through the CAN interface. Let's begin with an overview of what charger data is available, and then go into detail on how to retrieve the charger cycle summary data, charger cumulative data, and the detailed charge cycle data. Here is a quick overview of what kind of data is available for us to retrieve. There are three types of data logs. The first type is called cycle log data, which is the continuous data during the charge cycle. DC voltage, DC current, and battery temperature during the charge are examples of this data, which can be stored for about 3 months. The second type of data is called the cycle summary data, which is the overall information on each charge cycle. Examples include an hour return, the time between each cycle, the length of each cycle, and the maximum and minimum voltage of the charger. This type of information can be stored in the charger for up to 3 years. The third type of data is called the cumulative data. This data is stored in the charger permanently. Information that can retrieve include the total MR return to the battery, total number of complete charges, opportunity charges, and the equalization charges. Now let's look at how to get data out. If you want to retrieve the cycle summary data from the last 5 charge cycle, we will write 1 to CAN object 2E00, and then do 5 consecutive cumulative read from CAN object 2E01. Each SDO read will return 32 bytes of data. Here is a quick example of what kind of information is returned. Depending on the byte offset, we can determine what information we get. For example, in byte offset 12 and 13, we are able to tell how many N-hour has been delivered. If we want to retrieve the cumulative data, we will send SDO request to 2500 and specify the sub-index for the data we want. Here is an example of data that is returned. In sub-index 6, we can retrieve how many complete charges this charger has performed. Now let's look at how to retrieve detailed charge cycle log data. This must be done through a SDO block transfer of the bin file via CAN object 2F00 index 1. And once we have the bin file, the IC data analysis tool must be used to parse the bin file. This allows us to look at the detailed charge cycle data in a graphical format. This graphic shows us the DC current, DC voltage, and the charging status of cycle. It gives us a very good picture of how the battery responds during the charge cycle. Here is a quick summary of what we talked about in this video. Cycle summary data is very useful for looking at the recent history of charger. Cumulative data is very useful for looking at the lifetime of the charger. Detailed charge cycle log data is very useful for troubleshooting and debugging. Thank you for watching.